Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw, and let's do a little update for today for the RV. Um, I don't know what I can say. Let's see here. It is true that other tiers and private deals should be receiving payment this week. Um, when I look at the situation, there's so many pieces moving and decisions to be made last minute. What I think they are trying to do here is just like in football when you run a play and open it up so that the quarterback can run through. They're trying to create a window so they can get this thing done. For the RV, I've heard some things and I've seen some things that make me believe that we are very close to going to gold. And I thought maybe people have talked about a shotgun start, and I thought maybe, well, are they going to pull it this, do everything at the same time? That would kind of be chaos. So I asked Gabriel about it, and I do believe that we are going to get at least a couple weeks as of now, and in case, unless anybody changes their mind, a couple weeks to do our 4B private event exchanges, okay? If you don't know what the RV is, just stick around. We'll talk about some spiritual stuff in a moment. We're coming up on another August 23rd. And if you guys have been with me for I don't know how many years it's been, 5 years ago, I think, that I was doing meditations with what I called the new team. Lots of different archangels and Jesus. And he basically told me when I was trying so hard to get the date on when this would happen. I don't even want to talk about it. It's been 5 years. He just looked at me and said, August 23rd, God wins. And I heard it loud and clear. Okay. After that, the beginning paperwork where all the world signed up and agreed to prepare for Nisara Jasara emerged. It had that date on it. Okay. Now, if you know anything about governments and things like that, there's usually some kind of time period in order to prepare for something like that. You have such time to get everything in order. 5 years is doable. Probable with such a big undertaking. So we thought that the August 23rd God wins was already satisfied with the initial paperwork. But was it? I've seen some things lately and heard some things lately that make me believe that we are definitely going to a new republic. I mean, I think it's already ready and that we will be going to gold very soon. There is a possibility. And we'll just have to wait and see that there could be an announcement to go to gold on August 23rd. That would be cool. For me personally. But that is a Sunday. That's a good day for an announcement. That's a good day to see public rates, but I kind of think that has to happen first. See, I've always thought, Trump cannot look like he has anything to do with this. And that's why we've got all these things working to try to pass things through Congress and, you know, the public story playing out to keep the media busy and everybody else. He has to look like he doesn't have any idea. I do think the other countries are ready to revalue. So, let's look at the calendar here. As far as timing, possible. And you know how I put two and two together and logically try to figure things out and then ask the angels if it's true. This is what we're doing today, okay? Let's do that. So, August 23rd is a Sunday. It is the 4th of August now. That would give us almost 3 weeks. We're going to need at least 2 to get this done. The private event 4B behind the scenes, because people are traveling at summertime. Somewhere before that time, and it's probably going to be around the 20th, the 19th, something like that. You can't, so if the rest of the world revalues, public rates come out, okay? '19th is a Wednesday, just saying. So if the public rates came out, that's going to cause a problem with the dollar. That's going to cause a lot of problems, okay? They're going to have to let that play out for a very short period of time. I always thought it would be a very short period of time. Then they're going to come. So that creates the problem. Trump makes an announcement to solve the problem and is the hero. Oh, hey, guess what? I have an idea. We're going to go to gold. You know, we've recently revalued or taken a look at what the US dollar is worth because of all the things that have happened, and it's going to be higher than anybody else's. And we'll have this transitionary period, like 90 days, for everybody to catch up. And during that time, I always saw there would be 2 currencies circulating, a fiat and a note, if that's what they're going to call it, okay? A gold-backed and the fiat. And you'll have a certain amount of time. And retailers and businesses and everybody else will have time to figure out what to do. So I always thought there would be 2 prices on things, okay? Now, if that is true, sometime this week they finish up the other tiers and we get payments out. They could send notifications at any time now. At any time now. That's something I haven't been able to pin down exactly because I don't think anybody's made an exact decision on that. So, anytime now. That would give us a couple weeks to do 4B. Tail end of that, we've got the other countries for a couple days revaluing. Boom, 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 boom. Big problems. Don't panic. EBS. Whatever. Then they come out with the announcement. Saves the day. We're off and running. Ignition of Nasara Jasara. An interesting thought today. And I can't walk you through my entire theory because there's pieces missing about things I can't tell you. So, there are $100 bills circulating that have Trump's name on it. And oh, did I not save that? I did not send myself that picture, but we're not going to do that right now. But all right. This has not happened. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. No, that's not it. I'm not going to go look for it. Okay. We've got $100 bills with Trump's name on it. Typically, the rule is U.S. paper currency traditionally features the printed signatures of the Secretary of Treasury and the Treasurer of the United States. While federal law grants the Treasury Department broad administrative discretion over the design and anti-counterfeiting features of Federal Reserve notes, recent changes have expanded signatures to include the sitting president's name for commemorative purposes. Okay. Navigating specific statutory boundaries regarding portraits and text. The Secretary of Treasury holds administrative authority under Title 31 of the U.S. Code to manage currency production details and select signatures. Historically, notes bear two signatures, the Treasurer and the Treasury Secretary. So I'll ask Gabriel a couple questions. I said, is there a treasurer in a republic? Yes, there was. Traditionally, there was. Will there be a treasurer in the new republic? No. There will be a Secretary of Treasury, and the president will be in charge of the Treasury, ultimately. Now, if they were going to add the president's name to currency and let it circulating currency, not just something that you can buy as a keepsake that's not real money, these are being handed out when you get cash at the bank in $100 bill form. I don't know if it's on any other bills, but it's on the $100 bills. Okay? That's proof right there that we either gone to Republic or we're going. It's ready. Condition the public. Okay? It's out there. It's circulating. All right? Now, do we still have a treasurer? Technically. They've got two systems running alongside each other. And there will be two systems. There will be two currencies. There will be we're like in a transitionary period right now. There's proof it's happening right there. Oh, we'll just write in that this is for commemorative reasons. Okay. So nobody can say anything, and we'll still get it done. We'll still get it ready, and we're ready to go. Now, I think they're ready to go. I do. We've had a lot of comms about that lately. My only problem with that is like, okay, we're supposed to have a private event and not have everybody and their mother in the parking lot at the banks or wherever the exchange locations are going to be, waiting to exchange their stuff early, because we're supposed to be doing this before and after hours and on weekends, okay? At different locations. They cannot own all the locations that we need to do this. So it's just going to be like the Halloween store that rents an empty building or rents space in a bank, a secure location, to do the job it needs to do for a certain amount of time. And I never thought that doing it all at once, that's going to be a madhouse. And we have to and plus, they want your business. The treasuries of the countries are making a lot of money on you. The people making money all the way up. All the way up. This is a big event. Okay? And if we're going to have problems that could lead to other problems, and a period of 2 or 3 days or 4 days there where we could have chaos and EBS, we can't have people in certain states, like if the states have power and say, okay, well, you're on lockdown, and miss our appointments, everybody loses money. Okay? We can't have that. So as of now, and if everything goes well and nothing else blows up, I think we're ready to go. I do. I think we're ready to go. I think banks are seeing screens on the rates on the back screens at the bank screen level. So we've got on the Forex. The only way I know how to explain it is that we've got your public screen. You got your public screen, then you got your bank screen, exchange screen, treasury screens. The rates get higher on each screen up. All right. So if rates are being seen to justify private deals in non-participant banks on promised rates, they know they're going to get a higher rate from the Treasury. They already know. They already know what the U.S. dollar. They already know what the U.S. rate's going to be. They know what all the countries' rates are going to be. I think that's set. I think we're ready to go to gold. I just don't know when they're going to send out the notifications. But logically, as of now, if we're at that place and we're going to have other tiers paid out this week, which I do think is happening, as of now, okay, that gives us our 2 weeks. And if it is true that God wins August 23rd this year, that could work. It also gives us enough time. 1, 2, it's about 2 months, a little over 2 months before the midterms, but it gives us time. We'll say, well, we're sorry. Lots of things have happened. We're going to have to change everything. I mean, we're going to have to put that off. So there's a lot of things with the Nassara Jassara rollout that are going to change. One of them is that the President of the United States is going to be in charge of the Treasury. We have the Secretary of Treasury doing the job, but ultimately in charge of that. If you were going to put the President's name on currency, and it's typically the law or the rule to have the Treasurer and the Secretary of Treasury signatures on what do the signatures do on the money? It makes it official. Yes, this is a real $100 bill. Yes, you can use this. Yes, you can buy things with this. Yes, this is what we say is real money. And if it's they typically put both those signatures on there to make sure that to ensure that that is real money, legitimate money, currency. Why now? Why wouldn't they put 3 signatures or have Donald Trump on some other part of the money? If you look at the 2 pictures of the new circulating currency and the old currency, and I got a picture of that, and I took a $100 bill out of the wallet and I looked at actually 3 of them just to make sure. Traditionally, you've got the Treasurer of the United States right above the $100. Excuse me, 100 number. We still have smoke. And then above that, you've got the Secretary of the Treasury. Okay, on the new one, you've got Scott Bessent, Secretary of Treasury on the bottom, and Donald Trump right above that. Why would you not still have these 2 signatures like the old money and put his name somewhere else on the bill? Having his name in this position ensures that that is legitimate currency, and you cannot do that unless you are in charge. Okay? If, in fact, it is true that these are circulating, and I believe that it is. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and then it blows my entire theory, but I'm pretty sure that those are circulating. Okay? If I can get to the bottom of the chat. Okay. Now, what else do I know? So Trump's in control of the Treasury and our money right now. That's the conclusion I've come to today. And if that is true, we're already on our way. And if that is true, I think they also know the value of the what the gold backed dollar will be. Now, at this point, can't tell you why I know that, but I think that they do. I think we've got most everything into place. I told you a long time ago that the fiat, they can't hold. I don't know why I got this, but I did. That they can't hold fake money, fiat money, once you change to a republic in a treasury trust account like we're going to get at the 4B exchange, okay? That it would be calculated in fiat is what I saw, but put into that treasury trust in, let's say, notes. I'm not quite sure at this point in time if they're going to be called U.S. Treasury notes. Let's just say they are, the gold-backed money. So if they put it in your treasury account as notes, the number will be smaller, but worth the same amount as like whatever billions in fiat, okay? And then when you pull it out of there during a transitionary period or before they announce going to gold, it will be converted to fiat dollars at the bank level and we'll use that. I think the holdup on private deals is that they could possibly be paid out in the new value, but I'm not sure. I don't have anything to back that up. But I think we're on our way. I think we're like right there. I think they're ready for this transition. I really do. Let's go back to the Jentel because I think this is accurate. I haven't really seen anything from the coming in the news. Okay. But the first part I think is accurate. And I asked Gabriel if he says there will be no treasurer in the new republic. All right. So, Sunday, we got the next step is to align, and this wasn't worded right. I'm writing with my eyes closed and listening. So you get what you get, people. The next step is to align forces with other countries for the correct order in the revaluation process for 4B. It did say for 4B, that's a little confusing there. Jesus. Oh, okay. So the rates that'll be used for 4B. The rates that'll be used for 4. And then there will be a meeting tomorrow, which was Monday, with allies. Okay. Other tiers and private deals will complete payments this week. Pretty sure that's true there. Okay, trust me on that one. And then there is a big conference planned next week to execute the ignition of Nasara Jasara. Never heard that before in the Jentel. I think they're going to do it. Notifications for 4B will happen when the alignment of rates and values are agreed and official. So they're all going to do it, right? So they're all going to do it, but they're not going to announce it or do it publicly yet. So we can do our private event. And then they've agreed upon the correct order that they're going to revalue publicly, right? So the secret meeting was to make sure that all the rates are in line, locked in, okay? Then they're going to agree upon an order that they'll revalue planning this event, okay? We could get that, okay. For the ignition of Nasara Jasara, and I think that's when the public rates come out. We could get notifications for 4B. We've always been told it's a private event. You can't secure something like that if we've got public panic and chaos going on. People jumping off of buildings and stuff because whatever's crashing. Who knows? Possible Monday through Thursday if all goes well. But we could get it any time now. We just don't know. But I do think, like other things are paying out this week. I'd say any time between, and if we do 1 to 2 weeks, I mean, that's a good time period. I'm just, that's what I've been getting. I haven't heard that from anybody, but like, probably want to pull the trigger by the 9th. Let's do it tomorrow. That's a Wednesday. But if we get a public revalue on the 19th, that's a Wednesday too. That's a Jentel confirm right there. Just on a personal note, that'd be cool. And then if we announced going to gold on August 23rd and August 23rd, God wins. That's like a 5-year Jentel confirm. That's really good for the book. Let's do that. That'd be cool. I think we're good. I mean, I do. I've just been observant about bits and pieces that I've noticed, and that everybody just like, oh yeah, he's got his name on the currency. What? What? We're there, people. We got Fauci. I mean, they're starting to take people down. I mean, if we get our time, they got to get us in there in a safe way. Okay, you just don't know what's going to happen when they revalue all the other currencies in the world, and we're the last, and we're like, oh my goodness, maybe we should revalue too, and let's go to gold and save it. I mean, people will panic if they don't have any money. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with that. I mean, it could be dangerous to go out. That's when we could see EBS. We could have Congress freaking the hell out because their team lost and doing all kinds of weird stuff, refusing to go to gold, and then we pull them out. We could have all kinds of chaos. It'd be all kinds of fun. And we're sitting back. We've already done our thing, and that's really when we're popping popcorn over here. I'm just taking a look at it logically and putting pieces together. I think this first part of this Jentel from 8-2 is accurate. And if that is true, we got, along with an if all goes well, a Monday through Thursday timeline for notifications. It could. It could happen on the 5th or the 6th, or it could happen on Friday. Let's do Wednesday. Everybody good with Wednesday? I'm good with Wednesday. Let's do that. And I think that's all I have right now. You know how I do that? I'm like, well, if this is true and that's true, then maybe it's all true. And we've had so many comms from Trump lately. Everything's gold. Um, I mean, this is getting good. I mean, we're right there. I mean, we are. I don't know what else to tell you. I'd be extremely surprised if this went on much longer. Okay? We've never seen the things that we're seeing right now before. All right. That's Jentel for today. Okay. So, yay. I want to teach you something. Okay? Now, we're going to learn how to be secret angels, okay? Um, why not? I taught you all a long time ago about psychic protection. If I get the bottom of the chat here, I don't think the Clarity Act has anything to do with it. I think it's part of the public story to keep everybody busy. I think that probably is important right now. Somebody said it establishes the Treasury gold backed currency. I don't think they're going to leave that in the hands of an act that could, a bill that could possibly not be passed. I think this is on, that decision is on a whole new level. It's above that, and I think it's already been made. Now, we always have to have something in the public story to justify what happens. We've got to have a problem and a solution. We have to have something written down. Okay, so maybe, yeah, for the public to accept what's happening, like, oh, look, we've got the Clarity Act that says we can go to gold. Okay. There's always the public story and the real story. You know that. All right, so let's be secret angels, okay? So I taught you a long time ago. Now that you're all high vibrational, and I taught you how to protect yourselves by what I call blasting. It's the way a soul protects itself. It's what I've seen the angels do. It's what they taught me to do a long time ago. I'll repeat it for anybody that missed that. So what you do is you can cleanse yourself, your spaces, people. So you, God send me your light. Imagine this really, really bright light of creation coming down to the top of your head and filling you up until you're like a light beam. Okay, being very bright. And I teach people that in your mind, what you can do is you can blast it out like an atomic bomb in all directions, push it out, and it'll push negative energy and entities out of your energy field or your house or wherever. Okay? Then we bring it back in our minds. We're imagining this. It's actually creation, but go ahead and imagine it. Bring it back into the perimeter that we want, around your body, around your house, around your car, whatever. Say stay, be a mirrored bubble of protection. And so that vibration and concentration of energy is going to rise until it's a mirror and you're now invisible to the enemy. All the negativity just bounces off you. That's how we protect ourselves. Now, if we feel like somebody has got an attachment or is being negative or whatever, we can blast them. I do it to the kids all the time. We could be sitting at the dinner table and somebody comes in and it's a dark cloud in the room, usually Katie, and start complaining about everything and being mean to everybody, bringing everybody down. I'll just like, I've gotten so good at it, they don't even know I'm doing it. I mean, they have no idea what I'm doing. I'll just like pick up a thing of food and I've already blasted your ass. I mean, so in your mind, what you want to do, in your mind, put your hand up like a policeman saying stop, all right? And that's how I started with blasting things. Oh, God send me your light. Always want to involve God in it. Okay? And in your mind, you just imagine blasting that person with light. Right. As soon as you blast an individual, you want to say, Archangel Michael, take it away. He'll know what to do because he's here and he knows I'm telling you this. Laughing. It's heard laughing. You want to do that because if someone has an attachment or something that is trying to attach them or standing next to them, it's going to blow it off of them, okay? Now, that could go attached to somebody else or just go hide and come right back. So we always want to say, Archangel Michael, take it away. You want to say, Jesus, take it away. They know what you're talking about. They're going to take whatever entity that was back to the vibrational dimension that matches it and seal it up so it can't come back, all right? I taught you guys a long time ago this is how a soul protects itself. And this is how you can have a little power in your life over, parasite entities and energies. Cleanse yourself. I taught you that you can do this for yourself to heal yourself. God, send me your light. Same thing. Bring it down into the body until you're bursting with light, okay? And then we're going to give it a command. It's not like do this now. That's what we do is we use the light, the energy of creation. We're going to create a healed state. You need to think about it that way. We're not thinking about removing anything, fighting anything. We want to visualize. Let's say you got a wound on your hand. A hand without a wound. Jesus, when he healed, he saw the leper healed. And that's why it was instant. He was, big piece of God incarnate with big piece of God. But he had to believe it. He asked, do you accept God's healing? Okay. So when you're doing that, you can do healings on yourself. Give yourself extra boost of energy. The body will heal itself. Create the healed state. Allow it to happen. Okay? We're doing this with God because we say, God, send me your light. He's involved. We're doing it together. Okay? So I've taught you both of those things. Now, one thing that I have done for a very long time and didn't really clue into it and realize it, and I'm like, oh, that's right, I am doing that all the time. Is when I pet my 16-and-a-half-year-old cat, Charlie. I had brought that cat back from the dead. I don't know, not back from the dead, but like he was looking really bad. Many times. I mean, he was so skinny that he looked like he was an extra small and a too extra large fur coat. Really bad. He has gained almost all his weight back. I mean, I'm kind of freaked out by it. But it's cool. So what I've been doing, every time I pet him and I give him a little kiss on his head and, I tell him, you're looking good, Charles. Good job. Thank you, Jesus, for healing my kitty cat. Thank you, God, for healing my kitty cat. And then I asked Raphael to heal everybody while I'm sleeping. That's another thing you can do. But when I pet him, I realize that what I'm doing is when I pet him, I'm filling him with this light. And I'm saying, this body is clean. Now he's a cat. I can't ask him if he accepts God's healing. Animals are simple. It's either their time to go or not. Well, actually, I did ask him one day. I said, Charlie, you can make it till 20, right? You'll stay with me, right? And he's like, meow. So I figured that was good. I figured he's still here. Yesterday, my precious Faith Marie, my oldest daughter, has always suffered from migraines really bad. Sometimes every other day for a very long time. Now she's pregnant. Can't take ibuprofen. Can't take most of everything she used to use. We even went to CBD products and some with gummies with THC in it which really stops the headaches. It does. It works really well. It takes a long time to figure out how to handle these migraines with her. She's the kind of person, if there's any light in the room and she wakes up in the morning, immediate migraine. Um, so I was worried, and I'm like, well, maybe the hormones will change now that she's pregnant. She won't have such a hard time. No, she got one when the smoke came. We all got headaches. Hit her hard yesterday because it was Monday and she went to work, and she works at a place where the doors open and close all the time. It was just in the office. So I gave her the hot. We have this, thing you throw in the microwave that heats up the heat sock of rice or whatever the hell's in there. Gave her that. That didn't work. She finally got in the shower, and when she was in the shower, she told me before she got in the shower that I could see she was just suffering. So what I did when she got in the shower is, in my mind, I put my hand up. And I sent the light to her in there. I said, God, heal my baby. And I said, no more pain. And I visioned her without the pain, without the squinting and the, okay. When she got out of the shower, she was talking to me normally. I realized that I have been doing this their whole life. I have been putting my hands on those kids and the animals and saying something like that. And they always just seem to come back. I mean, they always seem to get better. So this is what I want you to do. Do not put your hand up and start saying it out loud. People think you're weird. You're not going to be effective, okay? This is your secret. You and God are going to be secret angels. So now that you know how to protect yourself, and now remember, if we're going to put, just like the blasting, if you're going to fill somebody up with light, you may detach an entity or energies or whatever. We're going to say, first thing we're going to do when we send the light to somebody, they don't have to be in your vicinity. They could be across the world. It doesn't matter where they are. You just see them in your mind. You can picture yourself touching them and putting the light in if you want, but we want to see the body filled with light, just like we've seen like light beings and pictures of like there's some pictures out there of like the astral plane where people think entities look like that there, but that's just a perception. But like that. Okay, we want to see that. However you want to do this. We're going to put the light in. If you put it into a person, we're going to say, Archangel Michael, take it away. That's all you have to say. He knows what you're doing. So anything pops out, they're going to get it. All right? We don't worry about that. We stay focused on the healing. Then we want to visualize that person healed or that person without pain. We want to say it. We want to say what our intention is. We want to say what we're visualizing. Or you can say what God says when I see him in meditation in the healing room healing somebody. I asked him one time, what do you say? He said, this body is clean. I said, but did you get this? Did you get that? Did you get it? Clean is clean. Okay? You can do this for anyone. If they don't accept God's healing and it's not in their plan, it just won't work. You're not. Now, we want it. This is why we've gone through intentions. We've cleaned out our energy field in our vehicle to be high vibrational. We've gotten our mind in the right place. We're creating things. I've walked you through the whole damn process so you get to this point, walk around and be a secret angel, okay? And that's not all there is to God-centered conscious creation. There's a lot more. So if you want to try and write a book on it, you're going to fail. It's mine. All right? But we can go out there and help people in our own way, secretly and quietly, especially for pain. when you put the light into somebody, like with Faith, was she had the pain, I I I also visualized, you know how like the blood vessels will get constricted in the brain, the head, and I saw her sinuses opening up. I saw the blood vessels opening up, and I said, no more pain. I also said this body is clean because it's the toxins that she's breathing in that triggered such a reaction. But she was better. We have to be, and we were told by Jesus to be like a child. Why? Because children believe. They haven't been programmed yet. They believe things like that are possible. We can do this for people. Now, only for their good. Not for something you want for them. Like if you're a husband and you're like, dissolve the fat on your wife. All right, dude. You know what? No, that's for you. But if she's really trying and she's upset, and if you want to do something like that, yeah, that light is red, which I didn't like in the first place. I was like, anything red, no, that's not good. That's why am I seeing and then the red light therapy came out, and I understood. But to dissolve fat, you put in this red, and I call it fat burning light. I do that in a weight loss healing. But we can do this for anyone. Okay? We can give somebody mental clarity. If you see somebody with dementia, you can say, remove metals from the brain. And then envision all these metal flakes just going up into the white light of the Holy Spirit. See them clear. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you're petting your animals and they're sick, envision them. God, send me your light. We always start with that. We're always going to pull it straight from God. You're not going to use your life force energy. We're not going to pull it from any lesser source. As creation, we're creating a healed state, a healed body, a body without pain, a body without injury, a body without illness. Okay? Somebody's got cancer, you can put that light in there. And what I do with that is fry the cancer cells until they're dust. Envision that every cancer cell in the body turns to dust. That's what we want to do. We want to see it happen. We don't want to be, like I said the other day, this, please God, please heal them, please God. No, there's doubt in that. No, we want to be like a child and believe that we can do this. Why not? Nobody knows what we're doing. It's not going to hurt anybody. Why not? I do it all the time. I don't say anything about it. It's not control. You cannot use God's light to control. You cannot use God's light to destroy. That's why if anybody thinks it's witchcraft or control or anything dark, you don't understand what we're working with. We're working with the highest of vibrational, loving light of creation that has created everything that you have ever experienced. Darkness is the destruction of that. It's the opposite. There is no control there. There is no selfishness there. This is why we've done the work. You have to keep your intent for them, for their comfort, for their healing, for their release of whatever's controlling them. Not just like, well, you're annoying, I'm going to blast the hell out of you because I don't want you to be talking to me like this. You're annoying as hell. Here you go. No, that has some attack intent in it. No. Your intent has to be like a child that wants to lovingly do this for somebody and believes that it can be. It has to be honest and true. Um, and you can keep doing it. You can keep doing it for yourself. Do you ever wonder what they mean by light workers? That's what they mean. You are a vehicle for it. And if you get your intent in the right place and let that love flow through you and get rid of enough of that darkness that's going to block it and the doubt that's going to block it. This is what angels do. Out of love. They protect out of love. They heal out of love. Not just for you, but because they see you as him having an experience. So start doing that. If you've got an older dog, give them the energy they need to keep going. You're not going to be able to keep the dog around forever, okay? But I kept Rosie around for quite a long time, and then I was like, all right, she's not having fun anymore. I mean, I gotta let this go. But, Charlie agreed to stay till he's 20, so he's in. He's in till then. He's looking really good, though. You can't take him to the vet. I think at this point I could probably wrap him in a towel, but it's going to be so traumatic for him. He's like a Tasmanian devil if you pick him up. He always has been. So I just do whatever. I'm over here experimenting on the cat. I mean, I do healings. This is what I do in the healing room. But the one thing that has to be present, just even for that moment, even if it's a stranger, for that moment, you have to love that person like you love yourself, like you love your child, like you love God. And so that energy and love of creation can flow through you for their highest good. Okay? Start doing that. You can do it to plants. Play with it. See what happens. See what happens. Experiment with it. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. But just remember, there's that we're going to get our light from the highest. That's involving God in it. We're doing this together. You want to call Jesus in and imagine him putting his hands on the cat or the dog? 2, you can do that. What I do is just every time, I've got some beautiful animals in here, but every time I pet the animals, I look them, so I put the light in them, and I look them in the eye, and I'm like, you're okay. And they are. I mean, but it's love. That's why I said you can't give up on love. You can't harden your heart. You can't close that down because it flows through here. That's where it flows through. It comes down and flows through there. It can't be blocked. Okay? And once you get really used to doing this, and with everything else that I've taught you, I can't teach you the whole thing. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot more to it. Okay? But these tools that I have given you will allow you to create and to help wherever you can when you feel called to do so. So anytime you pet the dog, fill him with light. You're a healthy boy. Boom, there it is. I mean, if anything, you're giving the body more energy to heal itself. Yes, we blast people that we think are got attachments and things, and the other thing is we always want to say, Archangel Michael, take it away. Or we can say, Jesus, take it away. They know what you're doing. They can see it. They know it. Even each and every one of you are watching me right now, learned how to do this. Oh, I think I'll try what Jen said. Okay. You say the name of Jesus. Ever present. All right. He's going to be there. There's no delay. Very efficient. So you can go around and be secret angels, and I love that. That's like it's like all I've ever wanted to be, really. I love it. When I hug my children and they've had a bad day, I bless the hell out of them. So, oh, come here, give mommy a hug. So I give her a big hug, and and I'll hold them for a minute. And what am I doing? Cleansing the hell out of them. I'm filling them with high vibrational light. I'm just like, getting rid of any attachments. Um, you can do that. Why not? Now if we're going to be Earth angels, let's do it right. So I would like you guys to try that. Just remember, if you've lost a human being, Michael, take it away, or Jesus, take it away. And don't even worry about it. We don't battle anything. When they take something away, the light stuns the bad guys, okay? When I cleanse a house, I walk in with Jesus, God, the Blessed Mother, and angels all around, the archangels, Michael, everybody. The first thing I do in meditation is there's this huge blast of light that goes out, stuns everything. Demons fall into the ground, just like, and like they're stunned for a little bit. Nothing is ever destroyed. Why? Because a demon is a corrupted piece of God. It's their choice to have been corrupted like that, and now they're vibrating so low that their image, their everything has been so corrupted, just like the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where everybody, Davy Jones and his ship, they're all freaking octopuses and stuff. They were corrupted. Nothing's ever destroyed. It's taken back to the vibrational dimension that it belongs into and sealed up. But the archangels, they don't battle. They just grab it. Oh, come here. I'll take it back down to where it belongs and seal it up. There's no fear. Definitely no hesitation. Never any hesitation. Do not hesitate to say, Archangel Michael, take it away. Jesus, take it away. As soon as you blast that light into somebody, I don't care where you are, the bank, whatever, they're just going to take whatever came off so it doesn't get onto somebody else or come back or get onto you. I mean, they're going to be scared of you. You're vibing too bright for them. It's like a bug zapper, right? But you have to stay there. You have to keep your intent divine, even if it hurts, even if you want to retaliate, even if you want to fall back down in the old circles of jealousy and revenge. And we do no harm. We protect, heal, and guide, and create. And that is a light worker. So let's do that. I would love to hear about your experiences. Animals are the easiest to heal. They are pure. They don't have all the thought process that human beings do that you're battling. What you're battling is the doubt in somebody or the belief system. Well, the doctor said I have 6 months, so I guess I only have 6 months. No. Or this is an incurable disease. No. The more someone, that's why Jesus asked, do you accept God healings? Do you believe it was your belief that healed you? It was your belief that allowed it. So if you truly believe strongly, unless it violates somebody's life path and their timing and something that was written in for a reason, you can be a vehicle for God's healing and creation. And if you have doubt about that, God, will you allow me to be a vehicle, a clean vehicle for your healing and creation? Yes, I will. Absolutely. Welcome to the team. There you go. All right, let's try that. And I want to hear about it. The animals, they don't. It's either their time to go or not. They've either stayed as long as they possibly can or not. They're pure inside. They don't have thoughts like, well, maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe I deserve this pain. Maybe I'm bad. Maybe it's not possible. They don't think things like that. All right. Now, the one thing we don't do. You don't have to pull the illness or the darkness out and put it in yourself. Probably don't want to do that. Let's not do that. That's weird. No. We're dealing with the most intelligent light there ever was and energy there ever was of creation. It is intelligent. That's why we give it a command. The first thing Jesus told me to do when I started doing the healings, and somebody asked me to, I said, put the light in. And I said, okay. Now what do I do? He said, tell the body what to do. And I was surprised by that. Tell the body what to do. Okay. So I did. And then I heard back 2 weeks later from a woman that I didn't realize had bone cancer, had gone into complete remission. Okay. Yeah, when I found that one out, I fell down on the chair. I was like, what? That's when I went to Jesus in meditation, and I'm like, someone asked me to do it because I was talking about how I would go and talk to Jesus in meditation. They said, well, if you can do that, why don't you do healings? I said, because I'm not a healer. I mean, no pressure. I mean, they said, why don't you try? And they gave me a name. And I did. And I found out that she had bone cancer. And that healing was successful. Now, I found out years later it came back, and that woman did pass, but it was years and years later. And she had gone into full remission. After only about a week, I think it was a week or two, it's chemo or something like that. She had just started her treatment. Boom, gone. And her mother called me. And I'm like, oh my God, she died or something. I don't know what to. Why does this woman know what I did? And she was crying. And she said, I just want to thank you. Not only has she gone into full remission, but she's generating new bone. And so it took me like 3 days to like I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what to do with it. It took me like 3 days. And so then I go into meditation with Jesus and I said, I don't know how, and I don't know why, but if this is what you want me to do, I'll do it. Just teach me. And he's been at every healing ever since. And that's where I learned how to do it. I learned how to fight. I learned how to cleanse from them. I learned how to do readings from them. I learned everything from them. And I knew the very first thing, even before they taught me how to do anything, and I asked him any questions when I called the name of the soul into the healing room. And I said to her, I said immediately, without anyone telling me, I said, do you accept God's healing? It was like things were happening and I was doing things in meditation. I didn't even realize why I was doing it. I didn't even know why. And I knew. They showed me that first thing. And so I believed that it was possible. And that was very important. Very important. Um, I've gotten answers for you guys to show you that things are possible. That's how I'm getting it. It's from them. And over time, going into meditation and working with them, they've taught me a lot. But I've also remembered how much I love Jesus and how much I love them. And that if you keep love at the center of it and just be honest and true and with true divine intent, you can be a cleaner vehicle. And it has to be for them. You can heal yourself. You can do that for yourself, yeah. Try to get out of your own way and let it happen. We'll doubt it immediately. Don't. But Jesus showed me that. And I've done healings on thousands of people and animals over the years. Sometimes we lose them. And that was hard to learn. And you'll do that. You'll see that too. And it was really hard for me to understand why that is. I tried so hard. I did so many healings. Maybe I should have done more. And take personal responsibility because they died anyway. That's hard. I gave them more time. But you can't interfere with free will. And if it was their free will to die of something at a certain time and to exit at a certain time, then they will go anyway. Okay? You can't override that, but you can give people more time. And there are always other timelines they can step on. Okay? They can decide. Or they could believe. So when you do the healing for somebody, you have to believe it more than anyone. You cannot immediately doubt it and sabotage your creation. Well, I've lost some good ones over the years. But the amount of people that have received that healing who felt better, who were clean, animals are the easiest. But I have found that those that truly believe that they can be healed, that they can receive God's healing, are a lot easier to heal. So you'll find that when you're trying, and do not beat yourself up, you are battling someone's doubt with people. Animals, you're just battling an evident, a timeline. I mean, if the dog's like 16 years old and you can't let go and it's suffering, you gotta let go. Okay, you can make them more comfortable. But I mean, how else do you think I can look in someone's body, head to toe, tell them everything that's wrong with them, have them conform it to me? Oh, that's right, I do have diabetes. Or, oh, that's right, I do have an IUD. Oh, that's right, I do have this, or I do have that. That's right, it wasn't an accident, my spine is crooked. How the hell would I know that? It's because Jesus is showing me. Why? Why is he showing me? Because I'm so special? No. Because I have a heart that is true. And I want them to find the answer I have wanted more than anything in my whole life, for everyone to be okay. Long time ago, after I was widow, I started dating. I was on a dating site. And this guy calls me. They call you. They used to call you. Now everybody texts, and it's just like, I don't even want to talk to you. If you don't spend the time to talk to me on the phone, you're not putting in enough effort to get to know me, dude. I don't want your text messages. That's... No. Anyway, so this guy calls me. And this was before I started the healings. This was before anything. The kids were really little. So it was like, so I started dating 2 years later, 2.5 years later. So he died in 2007. So it was like 2009. Yeah. So he calls me, and it was like, what's your favorite color? Like, what do you do for fun? And I'm like, I don't even know, dude. I play with my kids. I mean, my whole world is the kids. I play with, I hang out with the kids' friends' moms. That's what I do for fun. We go to the lake. I don't know, Play-Doh? I have no idea what I like to do. And then he asked me, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? And I just blurted out and I surprised myself because I have never wanted to do anything medical. Gross me out. No. Um, I said I would heal people um, mentally, physically, and spiritually. It just came out of my mouth. And he's like, okay. Never talked to him again. I didn't even care. I actually hung up the phone after that because I was so surprised that I said that. I'm like, why would I say that? Why would I say that? I mean, my background's in marketing and business management. I mean, I don't have any desire ever to go into the medical field. Well, a year or two later, I found out why. And that is sometimes you'll say out loud what your purpose is. Somebody will come along and ask you the right question. And over the years, I look back on that recently and I went, that's absolutely true. I'm doing it. Everything that I do, every answer that I give you, everything that I teach you, every service I perform, that is who I am and that is what I do. And if that is your true, honest heart's desire, then you will be a successful healer. It can't be about money. It never was. I used to do everything for free until I got into a situation, with the husband there. That was bad. Where I had to make some money, take care of everybody, okay? Mama got it done. I'm handling it, all right? It's never the first thing. You're not going to be a successful healer for money. You're not going to be a successful healer for fame. Your creation's not going to be successful for any of those reasons. It has to flow through a loving heart. And that is why Jesus told you to love God with all your heart and all your soul. Because everything in the world at that time made people fear him. And they were getting further and further and further away from him. And further away from the truth. So now we're discovering the truth. We're going over it again. All right? So be that loving heart. Be the secret angel. Okay? Okay. Let's do some readings. I will be taking readings today from Rumble. Of course, the Rumble rants. I'll give you a minute to get those set up over there. Start asking questions, and I will also be taking some readings from monthly supporters. Right now, you have the opportunity to become a monthly supporter of mine for $5 a month. That's a nice little tip. The girls and I appreciate it. You can do it while I'm live, and then every show you have a chance for. I see that the monthly supporters are shaded in pink. Looks pink to me. And I'll answer some of those, and then I'll also answer, of course, the Rumble rants because you paid me money to get it done, and I'll get it done. There's a $10 minimum right now for Rumble rants to push ahead of the line. Okay. Thormus just posted how to become a monthly supporter. Thank you, Thormus. I see that on the chat on Rumble. And make sure you make it a reoccurring charge, okay? Because I keep meeting my goal, and then it keeps falling off. And I'm like, damn it. Okay. Also, let's get, while you guys are putting those up there, there it is. If you'd like to get a healing with me, you can go to jenniferfallaw.com. I have donations listed there. If you cannot afford a healing, I will do it anyway. Marsi Howell is also listed there. If you would like to cleanse your house, your people, your spaces, evil's on the rampage right now, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. She does not work for me. She's just my girl and been with me since the beginning. Okay? She's salt of the earth, good people. So, if you want, I'm having her do all the house cleanses and things for me and the people cleanses so that she's take care of that because, Mama's busy. So you can get that from her there. If you'd like to purchase a reading with me, you can go to Fallawsophy.com. You can schedule and purchase and schedule yourself there. You can also reschedule there. I do have a lot of spots opening in August still. I opened up a couple more days so that we had more spots. Fallawsophy on Telegram is my channel on Telegram. I have several channels on Telegram, but just go there. You'll find the others. And we also have a chat group, and we're all having all kinds of fun over there, loving each other and creating stuff. And so you probably want to go over there. I post Jentel the written forms, all the notifications for the shows, and anything I think is relevant to the RV or the operation to save the world. All right. Let's do some reading. Scroll back to the beginning. Also, if you become a monthly supporter, you have a chance to win a 15-minute rapid-fire private phone reading with me that you can email me. We'll schedule. I'll fit you in soon. And each show I've been giving them away. It's been fun. I like giving gifts. I'm the one, if I get you a Christmas gift, I cannot wait to tell you. I'm like, but I won't tell you. But I'll be like, I got you something wonderful today. I'm just so excited. But I love that. I love giving gifts. So we're going to keep doing this. Okay? Oh my goodness. Annabelle's mom, grandson's favorite word during our several day visit, including this morning before we left, was yellow. Made me smile. He said it as much. That's a sign through the mouths of babes. Right there. That is a sign. I love that. For those of you who don't know that yellow is our code word, that is because a long time ago there's a story. I was working on interdimensional meditation, and I was working with a guy named Marcus, and he was like an encyclopedia of universal knowledge, and he was using hemisync technology to go to heaven and ask the archangels questions just like I was. But I was just going using my own way, and we would come back and exchange emails, and the answers were matching up so closely. His more scientific, mine more loving. And we would go ask questions about things that you can't necessarily Google, and the answers were so close without communicating with each other that I started to doubt. I didn't know how he was doing it, but I thought he was deceiving me somehow. So I went to Archangel Michael meditation, and I said, I don't trust it. I'm going to send him in here and I'm going to give you a code word. And if he comes back and tells me the word, I will continue this work. Okay, so I told Michael the code word is yellow. I must have saw something yellow. I don't know why I chose yellow. I don't know. Um, so I sent Marcus in. I said, go into meditation. Someone wants to talk to you. And that's all I told him in email. We would email back and forth. So he did. And I waited like half an hour later. I got an email and it says, I don't know who you wanted to talk to me to talk to, but Archangel Michael was there. He looked at me and said, yellow, and told me to leave. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is real. And when I tell you that I go through the process to make sure things are real, confirmations back and forth, that work that I did with him was instrumental and led to us doing a radio show where the first got me into radio and where we did the same thing and revealed our results on the air. Um, but that's where yellow came from. And so yellow is the password. Yellow is the code word for it's happening. All right. Hi, Dr. Sarah. Hi, Scott. Bakemeyer. I love you. Hi, Mary. That's great, Dragon John. I read that. Joanne Patton, thank you so much, Jen, for the reading today. Your light colored shirt with your hair looks amazing and radiates the color gold. Love you. Thank you, Joanne. I think it's pink. Oh, my hair? I If you look at my hair on black, I usually don't wear light colors because for one, I just got used to not wearing light colors when the kids were little because they would immediately put like stains on it. I just got used to it. But the other thing is like sometimes light colors make my hair look like dingy and green, but it looks like bright on dark colors. So plus black is slimming, ladies. Another reason. But thank you, Joanne. That's right. Bonnie, 2021. Hi, Jen. Bonnie S. The house that I wanted was taken off the market, not pending or contingent. Do you still see me getting it? 460 Noggle Road? They would be willing to make a deal. Yes. I think they took it off the market because it wasn't selling and they weren't going to get what they wanted for it in this market. Um, Debbie Hannon, thanks for being our angel on Earth. Oh, thanks. Will I be able to buy 540 Bellflower Way in Claremont, Florida? It's pending. No, somebody's got their heart set on it. I think somebody's got it. Lady Di, Susan. Today I had severe pain in my hip on the right side. I couldn't walk. I asked Archangel Raphael to place his healing hands on my side and take it away. The pain, bursitis, and arthritis pain gone. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about right there. I ask Raphael to work on me every night when I sleep. And he does. I mean, he does. I just love him so much. When I met Raphael, it was like, I was so surprised by it. Gabriel Michael introduced me to one other archangel at a time. And I never knew it was coming. But when I saw Raphael, I was like, oh, you're here. I mean, it was like seeing your best friend after like 10 years and you're like, oh my God. I mean, I just cannot look at him without smiling. He's just, it's pure joy. There's never been a time when I've asked him to help or heal anyone that he didn't. I'm always like, oh, I'm asking you too much. I'm so sorry. I make you work so much. Hey, can you just work on everybody when I'm sleeping? He does. He'll do it. We have to allow it. And we have to not sabotage their creation of that healing by doubting it immediately. That's how it works. Hi, Jen. Michelle E. here. Divorced first marriage, widowed second marriage. Yeah, I'm the other way around. I'm okay alone, but having a partner would be nice. Yeah. Will I meet someone or has that ship sailed? Let's see, hon. No. You have a divine counterpart coming in. God, you've been polished like a diamond, girl. You're ready for him. He has to. You both had to align. I hate to talk like that, but it's true. That's what I'm hearing. He's coming. I keep hearing 4, so that's either 4 months or the 4th month of the year, April. So you will have someone again. Yeah, you will. Hi, Jen. Terry K here. Our fluffy black cat Jeff is having an unexpected overnight or two at the vet. Will the procedure that was done today clear urinary crystals? Oh yeah, it's successful. He's doing good. You're going to get good news. I think the anesthesia worked a little too much, so he needs a little time to come around. He's pretty drugged right now. Yeah. I think it was successful in what they tried to do, yes. It may have not fixed everything. Like the reason he had such crystals in the first place. We have to look into that now. Hi, Jen, monthly supporter Janie P. What is the gift's name when you know who will call even before the phone rings? I've always done that. And then when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I like a mental image. I always get some kind of visual image. I'll just start to see kind of like a silhouette of them and then like things that are in their area, like placement of furniture. It's not clear, like I'm just zooming in and intruding on privacy or anything, but I can actually kind of see where they are. What would you call that, Gabriel? It's part of being an empath is tuning into someone's energy. You feel them approaching into your energy field. You can actually feel the essence of the person that is on the other line. And he says part of it's remote viewing if you go into where you're starting to get visual images. And part is clairvoyance. So you've got a little. She medium too. She's a medium too. You got a little bit of everything. Yeah. Let me tell you something about earth angels, okay? Pretty sure we got a bunch of them here. Whether you realize it or not, you're going to have a little bit of everything. Whatever is needed to help, to guide, to heal, to be an assistance to those around you, to be that loving force, that rock, whatever it is you have to do. If you're doing it in God's divine, true divine, loving intent, He will give you the answers. He will help you do it. J.R. Dunham. Thank you. No questions, just my thanks to Jen for her time today from Janet. Oh, hi, Janet. Thank you. Don't even worry about it, Janet. We got it rescheduled. We got it moved. Okay. Monthly supporter, happy girl. 1. Hi, Jen Cordy. Monthly supporter, my great granddaughter, Brenna, has to be in college on August 15th. Will her funds for housing and tuition go well? Yes. At least in the beginning, there may be a period of time where you have to kick in for that, or somebody does. I do think it's covered initially, though. Gold Thunder Rock. It's Rick M. Recently, a precious black cat has found our backyard. We've been feeding him. He's special needs. We have 3 cats in our home now. Any feline leukemia, and should we take him in? I do think something's wrong. I think he might have gotten sideswiped by a car or hit by something. I'm really getting like a blunt force to the side of the head there. I'm not sure if it's an illness that he has or if he's just messed up. I would take him to the vet anyway. You don't want to bring a stray into the home with your other cats. Yeah, I take him to the vet. Mo Tax Lady, monthly supporter. Hi, Jen. I got more currency. Am I an M, double, or triple? Triple M. Patriot Mail. Hi, Jen. Great class tonight. Thank you. When do you see me healthy enough to be able to move out of this assisted living home and start living on my own? After the medbed appointment. Next possibility of that, because of your age or your condition, you might get in end of August. I keep trying to say September, and Gabriel keeps saying August. Soon. Start the self healing. Do it every night, every day, whenever you think about it. Clear the brain. Get all the chemicals out of your body. Why not? Create like a child. The Dark Poet X. Hi, Jen. My cousin Jason Mortensen. Does his mom, Patricia, have a message for him? Oh, okay. Patricia Vigil for Jason. He's loved. What about summer? This is his summer. I've been there a lot. I'm proud of you, and I will continue to be by your side whenever you call. Okay, that just jumped like a wow. All right, hang on. Kate Thompson, 3034. Hi, lovely Jen. Hello. This is Christy Thompson. Do you see me as a B, double B, or triple B? Triple. I don't have rates for the Indonesia and Lebanon. No idea. I just heard cents on the dollar, so it's under $1. That's the only thing I can say. Jen, this is Frida. Can you tell me what's wrong with my back? I thought it was sciatic nerve, but it's not going away. Frida. Okay, so now when I'm doing this, Jesus is over here, and I say, Jesus, Frida, show me Frida, what's wrong with her back? And now I see what looks like a silhouette, and it's kind of like a hologram. And I'm turning around, and I'm looking at, you got a slipped disc, like halfway up, man. You have a slipped disc. You need to go in. You got to push that back in. I don't know. Oh, it's really swollen right next to it. You got to do something about that. That's really bad. Well, I mean, not like, scary bad, like, oh my God, that's got it. You got to pop that in. And you have a lot of inflammation. It looks like some kind of bulge of red stuff next to it. Yeah. Yeah, right back here. Just down from a woman's waistline. Right there. So what it looks like is kind of like x-ray vision, and he'll highlight a certain part and zoom into it and show me. And it looks like it's kind of like claymation or like a little video medical drawing, so it's not gross, and I don't stop doing it. Michael here, we love you, Jen. Thank you. When do you see me in a med bed? First week of September, I heard. Nightwolf 77, hey Jen, it's gauge C. I was wondering if I would be a triple M or a B. Thank you for everything you do. You're welcome. B. Scott, 1484. Yesterday I looked at a temporary office while center is being built. Will the office in Lions Plaza be the location or search for another? I'm really seeing a temporary building on the site where you're building, like a mobile home, or kind of, how they bring in a temporary classroom for an office or something like that. That's what it looks like. Jen, this is Frida. Can you tell me what? Okay, do that. What? See? It popped up again. I just did that, and it pops up again. Why? I don't get that. Thank you, Frida. Clutch. Good evening, Jen. This is Linda. Will my granddaughter Mila Ann finish 5th grade at her school, Mountain View Elementary? She's only going to be there half year. I think she's changing schools or coming home or doing something different after Christmas. Trash Panda. Hey, Jen. I keep seeing 333. Been trying to document on Telegram. Is somebody trying to tell me something? Well, Jesus is probably reaching out to you, and there's probably a big good reason for that. 333. Look it up. You can go to joannesacredscribes.com. I don't know the woman. I just know that her website is very extensive. You can basically type in any number sequence and she'll give you a meaning. But 333 is basically ascended masters are with you is what it says mostly. But basically, Jesus is helping you with this. Jesus is involved in this for me. Or lean on Jesus. It's all 333 for me is all about Jesus. Miracle Jen, thank you for doing a healing for my sweet dog Oakley today. Thanks for all who prayed for Oakley today. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. That's what I did today. What I've just taught you guys to do. Well, I projected my consciousness with Jesus and went over there and just put my hands on the dog. But, I thought of your dog. And I saw your dog filled with light. And I asked Jesus to be there and put his hand on too. I'm visioning this. And that's how I did a quickie healing. People come to me, oh, hey, can you do a quickie healing on me? I'm in pain. Can you do this? And very too often, I'm telling you. But that's why I tell you, I am never done working. Oh, and by the way, I'm behind on the emails and I'm behind on the healings. I'm just going to try and get that done tomorrow after or before the readings. I haven't felt good the last few days from the smoke. You got to be clear of mind to do something like that. Um, that's how I did it. So you guys can do that kind of thing too to help somebody that you, even if somebody you see on Facebook, to send them extra healing. Somebody's dog, somebody. Hi, Jen. This is Stephanie. My son and I moved to Florida. We plan to make this our home. Do you see this working out for? Yeah. I see at least 10 years down there. At least 10 years. Okay. SDH11 Jen, I blasted a guy. My intent was to get him off my porch. He left a little out of sorts. Okay. All right. Okay, so there is a situation that would be in the psychic protection category, and you can blast weird people like that. I do. There's like a crazy dude that drives by in his van, and he's got some kind of paranoia problem, and I hate it, especially after what I dealt with the ex, right? And I'm just all done with crazy. So like he comes by, he'll stop right in front of my house, get out of the car, start walking around staring at stuff, and I'm just blasting the hell out of him. And I mean, if I'm outside and I see that, I'm just like, get out of here, You can do that. What it's gonna do? If someone's controlled by an entity or vibing really low, it's gonna make them all of a sudden feel uncomfortable. I don't like it here. I must retreat. I gotta get out of here. And they'll just leave. What it'll do to most people, like Katie, the example of Katie sitting at the dinner table bringing everybody down, I'll blast her. She's a medium. She's followed all over. She usually doesn't have things like attached to her, but they'll follow her and get rid of whatever it is. Fill her with light. She doesn't know what I'm doing. And then slowly, in like, over like the next 5 minutes, she'll just start to start to get happy. I was like, I've been doing it their whole life. They've got no idea. Because you can't tell people, because they're going to think you're judging them. And you're not. You're just trying, like, you learn, when you start doing this, you pick up on it. Okay, and I'm like, something's setting her off. All right, well, just blast her, see what happens. And when she just all of a sudden starts getting better, happier, I'm like, then I know. All right, that was influence. Hi, Jen. Will I meet my soulmate after the RV within a year or so? Diane. Gabriel. Yes. Within a year. Less than a year. Spring of 27. All right, here's a good example. Not a monthly supporter. I prayed for my hernia to go away, and it did for a day or two. I kept checking, is it really? And then I felt it pop back. Okay, doubt. Is it still there? I'll do the same thing. Like, this is what's going to happen. So you just take the pain away from something. If something hurts, okay, play with it. And you put the light in there, and you believe, and you say, no pain, no pain, no pain, and you feel it stop. And then you're like, is it still there? Yep, there it is. Yep. Doubted it immediately. Do it again. Just do it again. We're not perfect. All right? Practice. This is Donna. What are my gifts? Okay, Donna Bowen. Medium. Clairvoyant. Clairaudient, healer, empath. Mediums are usually empaths because mediums read energies of the entities. It's kind of essential, and they usually can see and hear. Medium. Hi, Jen. Jane here. Would really like to purchase number 2201 in Puerto Rico. Is that a possibility or only a different unit? 2201. Somebody else gets that. There is one or two more units that you could buy when you're ready. Hi, Marcy. I see you. Thank you. Thank you to all the mods today for their help. Nick Snack 71. Hi, Jen. Thank you for being so loving and generous with us, teaching us. Oh, you're welcome. I'm already using a Rife machine on my dog Jackson. Please ask Jesus what I specifically need added for his melanoma. Well, I just gave it to you. They tell us that there is nothing stronger than the prayer of a mother for their child. Why? That is a divine, pure, unconditional love connection. You have that with your animals. Try the healing method that I gave you. Do it every day, every time you pass a dog. Come here and let me put some light into you. Do it. At this point, I don't have any other suggestion. Oh, Thormus, I should make Thormus a mod. I mean, you're just too good. For the full yellow explanation, watch Jen's show from 4:30:26 at the 1 hour mark. You're good, man. That's good. I can't even remember when I did that. Die Hard fan. Good job. Good job, Tom. Kim EA, my granddaughter just changed her favorite color from purple to yellow. Oh my god, signs are coming in through the babies all over the place. I told you it's coming. I swear. I swear it's coming. No, it's different if we just all of a sudden start seeing yellow, because it's like if you know somebody with a red truck and then you see red trucks everywhere, you just become aware of it. Um, but through the mouths of babes, you need to listen to that. You need to listen to that. Lisa here. Any messages from Janice Woodman Julius, my former mother-in-law? Janice Woodman Julius, come forward. Oh no, we're going to her. I see a picket fence. That's so pretty. There's a picket fence. There's flowers all over it. It looks like a cottage. That is so cute. She's waiting for someone to join her. I think it's a man. That is so Thomas Kincaid. That's absolutely beautiful. She's got it all set up. I don't know if her husband is not passed, but if so, that's where he's going to meet her. I mean, there's reason for that. Usually I call him in. We went straight to her. So if he's not passed already, she's made a place for them. She looks like she's like 30 years old. Um, If he has passed, then he's off somewhere in heaven and she's waiting for him to get home. I don't know. Um, okay, hi Jen, it's Audra. Love your class tonight. My son Austin has an artificial heart valve and hasn't been well lately. He's going in for a second test on Friday. Do you see what's going on? Austin. Do you think it's something they can fix? But it's a slight malfunction. And it has something to do with oxygen. I'm glad you're taking care of it. Do your healings on him. Hi, Jen. Michelle E. here. After my mom passed, I had many dreams about her. One was she was showing me her new home. It was a white beach cottage. I even saw moving boxes. Was that her? Was that the same chick that I just talked? No. No. No, that was Lisa. Okay. Kind of like what you just saw. Wasn't on the beach though. Um, it could, yeah. 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 That's very common. They're usually pretty short. Um, Basically just say I'm getting settled in, everything's okay. Look where I am. That's usually how the visitations go. Hi Jen, this is Jill. Do you see me purchasing 343 Tonsit Road? No. Sorry, it's not that. Christina 11. Hi Jen, I'd love to know if I have an early med bed appointment. What do you mean early? I don't think it's earlier than 4B with the rest of us, if that's what you're saying. Hi, Jen. Sean W. here. Do you see me at 1240 South 2nd Street, Unit 1030? No. Nikki, 8844. Do my angels have a timeline for me on what I've been waiting and praying for? Month and a half. Teresa, hi. Teresa here. My blood pressure has consistently stayed high for several weeks. Can you see what's causing this? Tension. You got to stop it. So there's muscle tension and there's just stress. Um, you got to stop that. Just relax. Go ahead and let yourself relax. Hi, Jen. It's Christine again. I'd love to know if I will purchase the home on Quiet Vista. Yes. Quiet Vista Circle. Yes. Do you see me? D. D. Koi Car. Do you see me moving in with Rob M after the RV or in autumn? Gabriel. Yeah. He likes you more than you think. Hi, Jen. Jerry M. here. Do you see me moving in August? Moving in August 2026? No. Bernie, 1947. Will my son John D. still be getting on in a med bed this month? Probably beginning of September. Possible. End of the month. As of now, still possible. Hello, Jen. What will I be doing after the RV? Well, that's like not specific enough for this kind of setting. Gabriel says having fun spending money and choosing what you'd like to do with the rest of your life. in a nutshell. Hi, Jen Cat here. When do you see me in a med bed? Guys, I don't really. I mean, I can only give you what I see from now. Best possible chance for that is end of August, beginning September. Thormus is on it today. On it today. He says in Joanne's Sacred Scribes numerology, angel number 333 is a powerful spiritual message of growth, creative expansion, and divine support, reminding you that you are surrounded by ascended masters. Um, Jesus. Hey Jen, this is Christy Thompson again. Do you see us getting 244 Thomas Drive? If so, will we be able to close before 9/17? Before we have to travel out of state for a wedding? Well, that's very specific, Christy. I'm getting a no on Thomas Drive. Hi, Jen Lind again. Will I be buying 208 King Elder or 1 Rollins? Rollins is a better possibility. No on King Elder. Hi, Jen. This is Demore. Please let me know what is going on with my right knee. Okay. You have a lot of inflammation on one side. You have decreased cartilage on the other side. It's throwing you off balance when you walk. Little bit of fluid there. That is either decreased cartilage on that side or it's pushed up under there. Because right at the edge on the outside there, I can see bone to bone, like right there. You messed it up. I don't know what you did. You messed it up. Hi, Jen. I'm Patricia Simpson and would love to know if I will get an early med bed appointment. I don't get what you mean by early. For 4B, we're all going to, after at the exchange, get our med bed tickets, call and make an appointment. So early, yes, before the public. They're all early till public release. I don't know, Gabriel? Yes. Hi, Jen. Steve C. here. Can you tell me how I will look after my med bed? I'm 66. All right, let's look. Pretty good. You're like a manly guy. I mean, it doesn't look exact, but what does it remind me of? It looks like it reminds me of somebody from like the 80s, or I would think, like you probably need to shave and stuff after that. It's not Magnum PI, but remember how guys were just a little bit more rugged? You look like that. You look good. You look good. I think I did it. One more. Stop the rubber rants, please. A2 the killer. A2 the killer. Can we do a focused and intentional? Let's bring in the RV meditation all together. I just feel weird doing that. All right. I'm not like the guided meditation kind of person. I've tried to record them and I just feel weird. But we are kind of doing that when I give you something to say. It's better if we repeat it over and over to ourselves. It kind of cancels out the programming that's already been installed in your brain not to believe in things. And we're like a grid. We are, once we would decide what we're going to say, we are all aligned in that. And it's good that we're doing it different times. We're still aligned in that. Okay? It's like giving it a boost of gas every time somebody says it. Just putting positive energy into the creation of this thing. Okay? All right, everybody. We got one more. I said stop the rubber rants, please. Hi, Jen, Cynthia L. here. Recently, my balance has been off, affecting my gait. Please, what do you see, if anything? Cynthia L. You have decreased cartilage on the entire one side of your body. You're crooked. The knee, the shoulder, the hip, whatever's going on in that. You got a little arthritis in that hip too. Throwing that out of place. Yeah, you're totally off balance. I would adjust that somehow. Well, you're going to get in the med bed, but I would adjust it like you could possibly put, I don't know, a higher shoe on that side or something. Talk to a doctor about it. All right. Damn it, Trish. I said no more rumble rants. Hi, Jen again. I have a block of land in Melbourne, Australia. Do you see me building on it? Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I just saw that. No, you keep it. Okay. All right. What are we gonna say this time for our conscious creation together? What are we doing? And then I want everyone to comment on Rumble. You go ahead and join in on YouTube too and comment it too. You're just joining in the effort. What are we gonna say? Suggestions. What are we going to say? I just went blank. Secret Angel Mission. I know, I love that. I love that. Let's do that. But we'd have to say something to consciously create the 4B happening for us. Notifications this week. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. I don't know if I want at this point in time because I'm not real sure about tomorrow or if it's Thursday or if it's Friday or when they're going to pull the trigger. But we could try to do tomorrow. That doesn't give us a whole lot of time to create that. But we could do that. We could do that. No, I got something better. Okay, start over. I'm still going to choose you if you said that. I'm still going to choose you if you said that. But, it's time for 4B. It's time for 4B. So even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, we can still do it on Thursday. It's time for 4B. That's kind of timeless, okay? Let's just do that. It's time for 4B. All right, I'll still choose from the ones that said notifications this week. It's time for 4B. B, thank you, God. B is the name of God to be. I am to exist. B. That is a cementing something into creation. It's like a send. All right. I'm not doing that rumble rant. Sorry. You're going to have to email that. I don't know. You guys aren't listening. F for the day. No, just kidding. Okay. It's time for 4B. B, thank you, God. Perfect. It's time for 4B. B, thank you, God. Good job, Dr. Sarah. All right. Countdown, and I'm going to choose a winner for a private 15-minute reading with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to scroll and point, all right? Oh, I looked. Hang on. Let me do it again. All right. Dr. Sarah. Dr. Sarah, you just won a 15-minute reading with me. Email me to schedule and we'll have a little chat. Okay? And we'll try to coordinate our schedules. Dr. Sarah B., you are a wiener and you have won. Okay? Thank you for being a monthly supporter. Everybody else, next time I'm live, you become a monthly supporter and get a chance to win. We're going to do it every show because I freaking do whatever I want. Okay? That's how it goes. Thanks, everybody, for listening to me. Go, my lovelies, and be secret angels in the world and spread your healing and love and all kinds of goodness and rainbows and sunshine. Okay? Okay. I love you all. I will see you most likely on Thursday. That's the plan, unless something changes. I'll see you then. All right.